Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Sunday, April 16th, 2023. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with last night's Capital Collision presented by New Japan Pro Wrestling live on pay-per-view from the Entertainment and Sports Arena in Washington, D.C. In the main event, Aussie Open regained the New Japan World Openweight Tag Team Championship in a three-way match with champions the Motor City Machine Guns and the team of Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kazuchika Okada. The finish came when Kyle Fletcher of Aussie Open pinned Chris Sabin of the Motor City Machine Guns. The win ended the Machine Guns' reign at 170 days and marks Aussie Open's second Openweight Tag Team title. Fletcher and Mark Davis were also the first holders of the title, originally capturing it in July of last year. The pair came into the match already in possession of the IWGP World Tag Team Championship and became the first team to hold both titles simultaneously. Earlier in the night, New Japan Strong Openweight champion Kenta made his second defense of the title, turning back the challenge of Eddie Edwards. Following the match, Hikuleo issued a challenge to Kenta for the title at Wrestling Dontaku on May 3rd in Fukuoka, Japan. Also on the show, Zack Sabre Jr. successfully defended the New Japan World TV Championship, defeating Filthy Tom Lawler by pinfall. This was the fifth defense for Sabre, who was also the first holder of the title. In tag team action, Sanada and Yoshinobu Kanemaru of Just Five Guys defeated Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito of LIJ, and in the opener, the Jet Setters along with Gabriel Kidd, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Volador Jr. beat Chuck Taylor, Leo Rush, Rocky Romero, Clark Connors, and the DKC. Following the loss, Connors turned on his tag team partner DKC. Connors was later accepted into the Bullet Club by David Finlay immediately after Finlay's victory over AR Fox.
I'm looking for savages! Savages that can win championships! Savages! Like this man right here. For far too long you have been overlooked and you've been underappreciated, but that ends tonight.
なんとバレットグラブに勧誘ですか。
そうですね。俺の方が能力を伸ばせるという。
Welcome to my Bullet Club!
In other results, Tomohiro Ishii pinned El Desperado, and Juice Robinson and Fred Rosser fought to a no contest when Robinson jumped Rosser before the match could start, beating him with a steel chair and a fistful of coins. In ratings news, the overnight numbers for Friday Night SmackDown are in, with Spoiler TV reporting the show drew an audience of 2.135 million on Fox, slightly down from the previous week's overnight figure of 2.291 million. The overnight rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic was 0.53, also down from the previous week, but still the highest key demo rating for the evening on network TV. Complete ratings information for SmackDown is expected later this week. In WWE news, Cody Rhodes has taken an interest in exploring acting opportunities in Hollywood. Rhodes took several meetings while in Los Angeles for WrestleMania week, according to a report from Fightful Select. Despite his interest in taking on acting roles, Rhodes reportedly has no plan to become a part-time wrestler and intends for any dramatic work he does to be built around his wrestling schedule. Rhodes has reportedly been interested in several film and television roles, including the role of Johnny Cage in a new Mortal Kombat movie and a part in a proposed movie based on The Legend of Zelda. And in more Japanese wrestling news, Mercedes Moné, the former Sasha Banks, made her first appearance for Stardom yesterday, which consisted of a run-in attack on Mayu Iwatani.
Stupid Mayu. Don't you know that I am the CEO? I always have a plan in order. I am not threatened by you. You may be the icon, but I am the living legend.
Moné is scheduled to defend the IWGP World Women's Championship against Iwatani at All-Star Grand Queendom on April 23rd from Yokohama Arena. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The wrestling news can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, Just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News Podcast, and remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.